Hello and welcome back to the show. I'm Tom Christiano. Well, tonight I'm very excited because we have one of my favorite types of shows, which is an animal companion show. And we have a great group of panelists on the show tonight with their animals. We have rabbits on this show. We have a cat, a dog, and a guinea pig, right? Is it guinea pig? Hamster. They looks the same to me. I don't know. I got to learn the difference. So with me tonight we have Madison. How are you, Madison?
Good.
Madison Agostino, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because I met your parents over at the Agway Farmers Market, and we talked about all the rabbits and everything. Mm-hmm. So you brought a rabbit with you today, right? What's her name?
S'mores.
S'mores. Right. Was she named S'mores?
She has all the coloring. She has the brown and the white.
Right.
And
And she's beautiful. What kind of a rabbit is she?
she is a lion head.
A lion head, right? So we'll talk all about it later, okay? Once I introduce everybody. Thank you, Madison. And we have Kelly Murphy with me. How are you, Kelly?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. First time on the show
Yep.
today, but I've seen you at many Lowell Humane Society events and activities. You're a volunteer there, right, Kelly?
Yes.
Great. And who do you have with you today?
I have Shy Guy.
Shy Guy.
He's an 11-year-old male cat, and he's blind.
And he's blind. How long has he been at the Lowell Humane Society?
I think a few weeks.
Oh, just a few
Yep.
weeks. Good. But we'll talk all about him later and you and everything.
Okay.
And the upcoming events with the Lowell Humane Society. I know we have the big one, Steps for Pets,
Coming
in
up
May.
soon.
Great. Well, thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
And we have Melanie here, Melanie Agostino,
Yes,
Madison's mother, right?
yes.
And you also have a rabbit with you today. Who do you have with you?
This is Chico.
Chico.
Chico is
What's
a
that?
lion head as well.
Another lion head, but all white, almost all white.
Yeah, they come in a lot of different colors.
Oh, great.
And he's a little more on the Angora side.
Great. And you have something called the Pine Hill Bunny Ranch, right?
Yes.
So we'll talk all about that in the show. That sounds nice, huh? We've had rabbits on the show before. Vivian may remember, Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if you were here that day, but I'm sure Crystal probably was.
Mm-hmm.
The woman from Billerica brought in an adoptable rabbit. She loves rabbits, and she has a lot of them. So they're becoming more and more popular now as house pets, right? Because you could housebreak them, right? Like with a litter box?
Yes, they can be litter box trained.
Great. Yeah, we'll talk all about that in the show as well. Thank you. And we have my friend for the 6th time on the show, Crystal Galloway Arnott. How are you, Crystal?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being back on the show. It's always great to see you and your little friend. Look at this little cute guy. And what's his name?
This is Fabio.
Hey, Fabio. Are you a model too? He
sure
should be a
is.
model. He's so cute. But he has long hair, which is a little bit different than most.
He does, yeah. He's a Syrian breed.
A Syrian breed of hamster, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so how long have you had him at the Lowell Humane Society?
He's just been with us a little over a week.
Oh, he just came in. So we'll talk more about him later, like how he arrived at the Lowell Humane Society and all of that.
Great.
And all the events coming up. I know we have the one, Step for Pets, but maybe others as well. And all the volunteer opportunities at the Humane Society.
Definitely.
Great. Thanks, Crystal. And for the 4th time on the show, we have my good friend, Vivian Merrill. How are you, Vivian?
Very well, thank you.
In fact, and last year, you received the Chelmsford Citizen of the Year award, right?
Yes, I did.
For all your volunteer work. People may not know, but you're the president of the Chelmsford Dog Association. And as part of that, you've helped put us together a fundraise for this new Chelmsford Dog Park, which is going to be opening, I think, next month, right?
We're gunning for the middle of April, yep.
The middle of April, which is great. So we'll talk all about the dog park later in the show. But you've done so much work there. That's what you're well deserved to be a Citizen of the Year,
Thank you.
Vivian, because not only were you doing that, but you have a full-time job.
Yep.
I think you also work at the Board of Selectmen meetings, being a secretary there, administrative assistant,
Yep.
taking notes and everything. And you also have like a farm at your house, which I bike by every day, by the Bruce Freeman Rail Trail. And you have geese there, and you have,
Well, the geese are
dogs,
gone.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
we
sorry.
have the dogs, we have the chickens. We just lost our last horse in November.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, he just passed away naturally
Yep.
or something?
Yep, he was fine at 2:30, and when I got home at 10:30 that night, he was gone.
And he was
Yep,
on the
just
ground,
it,
just passed
yep.
away. So when you have a horse that passes away, how does you have a, somebody
Call a
comes
man
in?
with the front end loader,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
And then, yeah.
And they
I
do what
know,
they
'cause they're
gotta
so
do,
heavy, they're like
and,
thousands of pounds, 2,000 or something.
Yeah, it's like burying a car in your yard.
Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah.
So, and the
But-
geese, you still have the goose over there?
Actually, we did have to get rid of him.
Oh.
And the 2 roosters we collected because they were just too much noise, too
Yeah.
loud. Sad thing was, after we got rid of them, that's when the flock started getting attacked by the local carnivores in the neighborhood. So all
Really?
the chickens went in the barn, and, you know,
Are
it
they
is what
okay?
it is. The ones that are left, yes. We have
But
7
some
left.
got attacked.
Yeah.
The roosters kept them away, huh? Some of them.
They did, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and
Boy,
I'm
they
sure
must
the
have been
goose
quite-
as well, because I know we had one rooster that died fighting. But the other ones,
Oh
it's
my
like they,
God.
you know, they were just more noise than anything else.
Oh.
And, you know,
So
finally
how-
it was time. There was a guy in Westford who runs a Navy area out there, and he takes them in and he resells them and things of that nature. So, word to the wise, if you get roosters with your chickens this year, please don't dump them on the rail trail. Call the guy on Providence Road in Westford, and he will take them
Oh,
for you.
that's wonderful.
Mhm.
A guy and how could they find out his name? Should they contact you or something? Or?
Yeah, the name escapes me at the moment.
But they could
he's-
contact you if in an
Yeah,
emergency,
he's at
right?
104 Providence Road in
Because a lot of
Westford.
people who buy chickens, they don't know with chicks whether it's
Exactly.
male or female.
Mm-hmm.
So if they get male, sometimes they dump them, as you said, or whatever, which
Yeah.
is too bad.
So we've gotten 4 of them so far.
Oh my God! But you don't have any roosters at the
Not
moment.
any
though, huh?
moment, no.
And you not going to acquire any to help for
Not
keep your-
voluntarily.
yeah, to keep your chickens safe. I mean.
Yeah, we'll probably just leave them inside.
Okay. And
They'll
they're
be
doing
fine.
okay in the barn?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they've been laying all winter.
Great, really?
Yeah.
Wow, wonderful. Well, we're going to talk about eggs a little bit later on. Melanie has something for me from her chickens.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
we'll talk about that. Thank you. And what's his name? Did
Smokey.
you say on the show?
Yep,
Smokey.
Smokey, yeah.
So Smokey, well, we'll talk all about where you acquired Smokey or adopted him later,
Him,
okay?
yep.
Great. So Meredith, how you, so could you tell us a little bit more about s'mores? How long have you had s'mores?
We had her, I think, about 3 years.
3 years, huh? And where do you get a lion's head rabbit like this? Or where do you acquire one, adopt one? Or do you raise them yourselves? Is it from one of your litters?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
She is actually from
From one
our
of your
litters,
litters? Oh,
yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
So how many rabbits do you have at the Pine Hill Bunny Ranch?
7.
7, oh nice. And do they live in the house or in a barn or something, or outdoors?
Most of them live outside, but depending on if we have a litter or not, depending on the season, we'll bring the mother to inside to have the babies.
Oh, that's a good idea. Keep her nice and warm and comfortable and everything. Do you ever have any predators get into your the rabbits? when
They've
they-
never gotten in now.
Oh, good,
We've
good.
had, I think, a couple different things out in the backyard, but none of them have ever gotten in.
Nice. And is your rabbit litter trained? Well, she doesn't live in the house much, right? But does she come in and do you watch TV with her or something like that on your lap or
Sometimes, yeah.
sometimes? Nice. Look at how calm she is there, though. She seems she could stay there for hours, right? Right?
Yep.
Well, thank you, Meredith. Thanks. So, Kelly, could you tell us a little bit more about your little guy there?
Shaggy. He's 11, and he's good with cats, dogs, and kids.
Oh, he's been with all of them?
Yep.
And how long has he been at the Lowell Humane Society?
I think a couple weeks,
A couple of weeks?
but he's up for adoption.
And do we know why someone left? They weren't able to care for him anymore?
His owner passed away, so
Oh,
he
that's
came
too
to the
bad.
shelter. And he's blind, but he does adapt well once he gets used to his surroundings.
I wonder how he could adapt. Not being. Is he able to see colors at all, or light and dark, or anything? Or do you know?
I think
Don't
he's
know for
fully
sure.
blind. Crystal will be able
Yeah.
to.
Totally blind.
We're not
The
100%
poor
sure,
thing.
but he can probably at least see shadows.
Oh, good. So he makes it. Well, if he was in a home, he could make it to a litter box. Okay.
Oh,
you
yeah.
think?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wow.
We have a little meet and greet room that he spends time in out of his cage every day, and
Oh,
he
nice.
now knows the layout, and he can walk around and find his treats. He
Nice.
loves treats.
He loves treats. Nice. And is he friendly? He looks like he's very,
Very
docile
friendly, yeah.
there. A nice guy. I have cats, who is everybody at home knows. I have 3 cats, 2 of which I have adopted from the Lowell Humane Society. And I just posted a picture of them on my Facebook page the other day. Did you see it?
I did.
Because they're in the recliner
so
together.
snuggly.
Oh, that's cute.
I don't know if you, yeah, they're nice. the two black and whites cuddle together, but the orange tabby not so much. I adopted my orange tabby, Tiger, just about 14 years ago now when she was a little kitten from Lowell Humane Society.
That's nice.
And you know what? All three cats, I love them so equally, so much, you know what I mean? They all have their different traits, like Cutie wakes me up every morning at 5 o'clock, right? And she loves to be around me, like when I'm typing or whatever, she's in front of me. And then Clooney, he's the only one, he's the only male I have. And every time I come in through the garage from jogging, whatever, he will meet me at the door, which I think is kind of nice.
Like
I
a
wonder why
dog.
the others won't come down the stairs and meet me, but I like that. And so that's Cutie, Cutie, and Tiger. I love every time I pet her, she starts purring right away. And she's great, you know, for snuggling or whatever, and just being quiet and sleeping, you know, on me or whatever. It can't be 15 minutes left already, right? No, it can't be, right? Could somebody check on that? Because I think we just started the show, right? We couldn't have gone by 45 minutes already, but
It was all you talking about your cats.
no, I know, I got carried away with my cats. So anyway, so thank you, Kelly,
sure.
for being here. And so Melanie, oh, I know, we have to, my microphone fell down. Maybe that's what they were trying to tell me. So how's that, Pete? Maybe people didn't want to hear me too much anyway, bragging about my cats. So Melanie, could you tell us a little bit more about the Bunny Ranch? How long have you had an entity called the Pine Hill Bunny Ranch?
We started it shortly after we got the bunnies. We initially started with one rabbit, and we decided that rabbit needed a companion, and we found out that they weren't the same sex.
Yeah, and you had some
And we've
little
had a lot of
bunnies?
fun with it, you know.
Nice. How many years ago did you start? Did you have your
It was 3 years ago.
Oh, just
because
3 years
we
ago?
did have dogs up until then.
Oh, you don't have any dogs now?
No, we lost our last dog. It was his time, and we had promised her a critter. So,
So you got a bunny, and then you got another
you got two
companion
bunnies.
bunny.
and then we had
Then you got
6
7.
bunnies.
Then you had 6 bunnies, and now you have 8, is it, or something?
We have 7 rabbits.
7 rabbits at the
rabbits
moment?
total. One actually stays inside year-round. And then, like she had said, if we're having another litter, she'll go in. She's actually very good when she comes in. She immediately starts going in the litter box.
Good.
So, you know, we do a couple of litters a year. It's more
Nice.
a hobby thing.
With the lines, those are so beautiful, too. They
are
must
a
be
pretty rabbit.
quite in demand if you have a litter, because they're unusual, you know, they're not the typical short-haired white
Yeah.
bunny or something.
Unfortunately, a lot of people, Easter's coming, and a lot of people will get a rabbit
Yeah.
and find out that it's a little bit more than they had bargained for. So we try not, we do a few litters a year out of, you know, enjoyment.
Yeah.
Try to make sure that they go to homes where they're going to stay.
Yeah.
We don't want our rabbits to end up in
Yeah.
the Humane Society.
But if not, would you take them back if somebody...
Yeah, we have
at
taken
least
them
temporarily,
back.
'cause
Yeah.
in fact, you have one that you wouldn't mind adopting now, right?
Yeah, we
rabbit?
have one. His name is Furball. He's
Furball.
white and with black markings on him. He's very friendly. He's not as, we call him a lion toad. He's a mix between a Netherland dwarf and a lion head.
Oh,
And
nice.
so he's not as furry, which can be a bonus.
Yeah, do you have
This time of
to,
year.
do they get tangled up at all?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
just
so-
like a cat, a
Really?
long-haired cat.
So you brush
yeah.
them periodically or comb them? Like my cats? Nice.
They do enjoy it. As you can see, they
And
like
they're
to sit
very
on your lap.
good, very docile sitting on your lap like that.
Yeah, they
without-
are a docile breed.
And they're quiet too, right? They don't make any sounds. There's
No,
definitely no barking.
unless
We know
they're
that.
mad, once in a while you hear a little growl out of
A
them.
little
but
growl, really?
Yeah.
But only very seldom?
Yeah, no, you hear more of you feel the teeth grinding, which
Oh,
tells you it's like a cat purring. Tells you
Oh,
that
really?
they're happy.
Oh, nice. Are they making any noise now? Or
No,
No, no?
they're probably
In shock.
a little nervous.
Nice. So you have the Pine Hill Bunny Ranch,
Yeah.
but that's just a name you gave it because you have your 7 bunnies, and you have them outdoors and
Yes.
some sort. Did you build it yourself, or did your
Yeah,
husband
we
Steve
built,
build it?
each one has their own hut. They all have heated boxes for the winter time because they are a little spoiled. And, you know, we didn't want them to have to live in a small cage, so they have a good size area of their
Nice.
own, 3 levels.
Nice.
We call it their condo.
And you're at the Pine Hill off of Stedman Street,
Yes.
right? Not Pine Hill Road, right?
Right,
Over here.
right.
Nice, nice.
Right, and we've recently added eggs, chickens
Nice.
to our
And
ranch.
these are for us or
Those-
me or
yeah.
us if people
Yeah.
want. Thank you
They're
so
fresh
much.
eggs.
Let's show these beautiful eggs here. Oh, different colors and
We
everything.
got an Aracuna.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we
I
go.
love them.
Nice. So, what kind of chickens do you have, or what do you?
We have black Astrolorps, Americanas, New Hampshire Reds. We have a
Wow.
couple of Silkies and Plymouth
Nice.
Rocks.
Nice. So, how many chickens do you have? Did you say?
9.
9. That's wonderful. So, you're starting to get the eggs now coming out
Yes.
because in the winter they don't lay much.
We were still getting, we could have gotten up to 4 eggs a day out of the 9, so,
Wow, that's
so we've
wonderful.
done well with
Well,
it.
thank you so much for the
You're
eggs. And like I
welcome.
said, some of our other panelists could have some of them as well.
Okay.
Thank you very
You're more
much.
than welcome to them.
This is great. Yeah, this is great. So, and you have a coop for your chickens, right?
Yes, which we built as well.
Really? Who
Yes.
did Steve help too? Your husband, Steve?
He actually did the brunt of it.
Oh,
He
nice.
did the brunt of it.
I see you and Steve at the Agway Farmers
Yes.
Market periodically.
Yeah, we go pretty often. We go almost every weekend that it's there.
Nice.
Yes.
And now it's at Jones Farms, the farmers markets, through March and April at Jones Farms.
Yes.
And then in the summer, it'll move to the center of Chelmsford.
Yes.
And then back in November, it'll go back to Agway, which I try to support them too. They're all great people.
Yeah, we'll be going to the Jones Farm one as well, and we'll stop into the one in Chelmsford Center when it hits the summer too.
Wonderful. Have you ever brought your bunnies that you have, right, to Agway?
We had the bunnies at the Agway Farmers Market
Nice.
once, yes.
That's when I might have started talking to Steve
Yeah.
and everything about the rabbits and talking about being on the show. That tells you how long it takes to get on this in-demand show. That was about a year ago, right, Steve?
Yeah, it was. It was a year ago.
Yeah, because I think you were there too as well. And so finally we were able to do it, you know, get it all together. And so we'll have a great time. Thank you. I'll be back later, hopefully. And we'll talk for a few minutes. My friend Crystal about, what's his name again?
Fabio.
Fabio. Hey, Fabio. So how long has Fabio been at the Lowell Humane Society?
He's just a little over a week, maybe 2. He
Oh,
came
okay,
in
2.
with a huge surrender of hamsters.
From one?
Yeah, one family. They said they found them in tanks in the Tyler Park in Lowell. And they
In
were,
tanks?
Yeah, in tanks, like glass tanks. And they brought them all in. It was rainy. They were all soaking wet
Oh
and
my
matted.
God.
So we had to dry them off. And
Oh,
we've had
that's
them
so
for a few
nice of
weeks,
you.
watching the females to see if anybody was going to pop out a litter, which luckily no one did, because we certainly don't need 35 more hamsters.
They don't have that many
So,
to litter, do they?
well, with so many females, they can have
Oh.
9, 10.
9 or
babies,
10
yeah.
per litter, yeah.
So
Wow.
luckily, we didn't run into that. None of the females
Yeah.
were pregnant because they were separated out.
So how many of the hamsters do you have now at the Humane Society?
I think that we have about 11 left looking for homes now.
About 11 left.
Yeah.
Nice. And how long do they live on average? About?
Hamsters tend to live a short lifespan, so 2 to 3 years.
That's it? Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's not too long. Poor guys.
Yeah. And I brought him today because we wanted people to know we do have more than just the cats and dogs and bunnies
Yes.
at the shelter. We
Yeah.
have little guys like hamsters. We have 3 beautiful white mice who have been with us since last June, and we're really hoping they can get a home
Oh,
soon
yeah.
because mice have an even shorter lifespan, 1.5 to 2
Yeah.
years.
Oh.
We don't want them to live their whole life in the shelter. So
Well, hopefully, if I were you, I wouldn't charge anything then, except very minor for somebody, maybe $5 or something.
yeah, they just
Because if
haven't
they
had much
only have a
interest,
year and a half and they've been there
unfortunately.
almost a year
Yeah.
already, I mean, it wouldn't be right to charge like $50 or something to adopt them.
No, our small animal fee is usually around $20. You know, it barely covers the expenses for taking care of them.
Oh, I know.
And honestly, lately, they've well outweighed the $20, you know, in the year that we've been caring for them. But the
Yeah.
funds really go to our medical fees
Yes.
for animals that need more care. Like Shy Guy did need a lot of testing to, you know, determine his being blind. We also have a dog right now, 2 dogs who are going through respiratory treatment for respiratory infections. They came in from a pet store that was shut down, and they're both going through treatment. And we have dogs needing surgery, so
Really?
most of the
Oh.
funds really go to caring for them.
Yeah, I know, it requires so much.
Yeah.
So how many adoptable dogs do you have there at the moment, do you know?
We have about 5.
About 5?
Yeah, things have been going really well. Cats and dogs getting adopted very quickly.
Yeah, which is
So,
great.
Yeah.
So about 5 adoptable dogs, and some of them you're looking into their medical issues.
Mm-hmm.
How many cats and kittens do we have now? Do you know?
Cats, same thing. We have, I think, 7, 8 in the building.
Most of
which
them
is,
adult?
Yeah, all adults.
But 7 or
But that's
8?
crazy because usually we
Yeah.
have more like 50. So
Wow.
yeah,
So that's good news for all
Yeah,
the
it's great
animal
news.
lovers, right? That there's not a lot of animals looking for homes at the moment at the
Yeah.
Humane Society. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. And then you have some hamsters there. Yep.
Mhm.
You have 3 mice.
yep.
You have any parakeets, cockatiels at the moment?
We don't have any birds right now.
Oh.
No, but we have a handful of rabbits,
A handful of
couple of guinea
rabbits?
pigs.
Some guinea pigs?
One
Nice.
really sweet guinea pig has been in foster care for a few months. He came in, he had fur missing, and he was very, very skinny.
Oh.
So he went to his foster home, and they really whipped him right into
Could I
shape.
hold them for a while?
Yeah,
See?
sure.
I want to see what it's like.
A little wiggly.
So they have us there. So we. So hey, how are you, Fabio?
They like to climb around.
Yeah. Do you have a? Oh, you have those little tunnels for them. People could buy those if they want, right?
Oh, yeah.
The hamster things.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Hey,
the little balls they
Fabio.
can run around in. and-
Are they hard to clean? Their cages and things?
No, hamsters are pretty low maintenance and, you know, cleaning the
good.
cages.
Do you have to give them baths periodically?
Generally not. They're pretty good at taking care of themselves.
Good, good, like my cats are, which
Yeah.
are wonderful.
These guys with the long fur, you do have to keep up with that, and just finger brushing them is fine, but their fur
Okay.
can get really tangled.
Oh, nice. And so could you tell us what the hours are that the Lowell Humane Society is open?
Sure, we're open 6 days a week. We're only ever closed on Mondays, about 12 to 4 every other day.
12 to 4.
That includes the weekends. And Thursdays, we're open 12 to 6, so a little bit
Wonderful.
later that one night.
And also, if people want to know more about you, there's on Facebook, there's a Lowell Humane Society page, right, that you have?
Yeah, definitely. You
Which
can
is
like
nice.
us right on Facebook for updates about all of our events or
Right.
adoptable pets like Fabio here.
And also, I think you have a website, right, where people could see some of your adoptable pets.
Yep, we
You
post
try to
all
keep
their
up to it
photos.
as much as you can, right?
We
Because
do.
they change a lot, I know. Yeah, that's a great place to look for breeds. And then if you're in the market for a dog or cat or whatever, you could see what they have. And if you see one that appeals to you or is the breed you're looking for, you could contact, like I did for my cat. Remember, the Chelmsford Patch put a video
that's
on, and my Clooney was on there. It was a black and white long-eared cat, and I only had one black and white. So I went the very next day, right, as soon as you opened up, and I adopted him that day. He was called Princeton at the time.
Yeah.
But I preferred the name Clooney because he's a nice guy, like George Clooney. That's why his name. That's where his
works.
name. Yeah,
It works.
and thank God George Clooney's been. This is like 4 years ago, so thank God George Clooney hasn't done anything bad since then.
And he's very handsome,
Nope.
like George Clooney, too.
Yeah, thank
he's
you,
a handsome
thank
cat.
you. Yeah, everybody can check him out on my Facebook page, Tom Christiano on Facebook. And also, if you haven't joined the Chelmsford News page, please join it. We have over 3,400 members already in just 8 months. And that's why I announce a lot of things, like an event coming up with the Lowell Humane Society is a Steps for Pets, right?
Yep.
So what's the date of that? Do you remember?
Yep, Saturday, May 7th from
May
11 to
7th.
2, and we'll be at the Middlesex County Fairgrounds. And
Great.
it's a really fun day. Come out, whole family, bring your dog, bring the kids. We'll have music. There'll be a great DJ there that day. We'll have demonstrations. We're hoping that the Westford Animal Control Officer, Westford not dog officer, but the canine, there we go. The Westford Canine will come because Misty is actually adopted from us, and she's the Westford Canine. She
What
does
is the
drug
Westford
sniffing.
Canine? Oh, drug sniffing, nice.
Yeah, for the police department,
Great.
and he adopted her from us. So
What kind of breed is she?
she's a cattle dog mix.
She's a cattle dog mix, nice.
Yeah.
So that's 11 to 2, May 7th,
May
right?
7th,
At the
Saturday
4-H
morning.
Fairgrounds in Westford, right on the Chelmsford border. I'll be
Right.
there as well again this year, right? So if anybody
Yeah.
wants to see the big TV star,
Yeah, that's right.
I know we'll get a big laugh out of that, right, Pete?
Man in the registration table. Yeah, and you know, you can sign up ahead of time and you know, join a team or form a team to raise money for the animals who need medical care.
That's right,
Or
yes.
you can just come out for the day and participate too.
Come for that, and if you come and you buy a ticket, you get there's be a T-shirt for you,
That's right.
right?
Yep.
And also, if people have some products like dog-related, cat-related, they could buy a table, right? What you
Oh,
call
yeah,
a booth,
definitely.
Like $50, is it?
Yeah, and we're welcoming
then-
all sorts of businesses. You know, they don't necessarily have to be pet-related products. We have a couple people who will hopefully be coming that sell blankets and things like that as well.
Oh, nice.
So.
Excuse me. Well, that's a
Must
first.
be allergic to hamsters, Tom.
Well, well, thank you. So I think we covered a lot of the near-term things. So if you think of any other events, I'll be back later. We'll talk.
Great.
Oh, I went to your recent event, this Spaghetti dinner, you call it, S-B-A-Y. It was at the Senior Center in Lowell. And it was wonderful. The turnout was about 300 people, right?
Yeah, it was a really great
So you
event.
must have raised maybe over 5,000 or 3,000 or
Yep, we
whatever.
raised about 3,400, so
That's
a little over
great.
$3,000.
I was close. I was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So it was a packed. Everybody had a great time. You had some dancers there,
Yeah.
and the food was good. You know, and it was only like $5.
Yeah, it's a
And
good deal.
And it was very good. Everybody was so friendly there.
Yeah.
And then if people want to buy cookies and cakes afterwards, they could buy that. There's
Yeah,
all
we had
kinds
a
of
little
raffle
bake
tickets.
sale.
So you only
Yeah.
do that once a year, though, right?
We do, yep,
Nice.
every February.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to next February. Already.
Excellent.
Thanks, Krista. We'll be back later, hopefully.
Alrighty.
So Vivian, my friend Vivian, with the Chelmsford Dog Association. So, well, first, if we could talk a little bit about Smokey. Hey, Smokey. So, where did you adopt Smokey? Did you say?
Smokey came from the Lowell Humane Society.
Nice. Were you there, Chris?
Yeah, he was a streetwalker in Lowell, that's all we know about him.
Really, the poor thing. But to me, he's part Chihuahua. I could tell.
Yeah.
If not,
Mini Pin, Chihuahua,
mini
Dachshund,
pinch
we don't know
Chihuahua,
what he
yeah.
is.
But his
Yeah.
face has a Chihuahua face and eyes, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
A little bit. But so he's very nice. He hasn't barked once since he's been in here.
No, but he's
Right?
restless.
He's right. Yeah. 'Cause, well, he's.
He's looking at all these long-haired critters going, I'm so out of place, so not in fashion.
But he's a cute dog. Huh? So
Thank
you've
you.
had him about 4 years.
Actually, closer to 6.
Oh, closer to 6.
Yep.
And where does he sleep at night? Or
In the bed.
nice.
He's the only one that's left in the bed.
Because you have three dogs or
We have 5.
5 dogs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got a pug who's deaf and blind because he's 13.
Oh my God, a pug, a
Yep.
blind pug.
We got a 16-year-old husky, a 7-year-old husky, a golden retriever that's probably 3 or 4. This one,
Wow.
and
Well,
all the
that's
other
wonderful.
critters.
I know you brought your other dogs with you, like the husky came in one time.
Both
and,
huskies have
yeah.
visited.
Oh, nice. Nice. So this is the first time for Smokey, though,
Yep.
which is great. So he's a good dog, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't know how you find the time to take care of all your animals and your jobs and your volunteer work. with the-
Teenagers.
Oh, you have I know you have a daughter.
Yeah, my daughter's 15, my son's 21.
Wow.
So they help a lot.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you like living right next to the bike path? I hope that's nice.
Yeah, no problems.
problems,
You know,
good,
every
good.
so often somebody will hit the bollard, which is always amusing because.
The yellow thing in the
Yeah,
center?
yeah. I mean, you should be slowing down
oh,
for
I
the
see
street
it all
anyway,
the time.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
But you know,
and-
other than that, yeah, no issues. I mean, the
Good.
occasional snowmobile in the winter, whatever.
Really? Oh, I'm
We really
surprised.
have no issues with it.
That's
No.
fantastic. I remember 20 years ago, I was on a committee to try to get this bike path here in Chelmsford. And over by Hart Pond, there were a lot of people worried and
Oh,
complaining.
their houses are right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
and
have
they were-
no privacy.
they were
I mean,
really worried
I have no
about it.
privacy, but
Yeah.
they really have no privacy.
Yeah. So some there's fences there. But
Mm.
they were saying things about worried about crime and all this kinds of things. And
I
as
mean,
far-
you get minor vandalism, things like that, but I don't think it's anything on the scale that they thought it was going to happen. They were
Yeah.
expecting their houses to get broken into and
Yeah.
cars to be vandalized, and I don't think we've seen any of that. At least we
Yes.
haven't at our house,
Yeah.
and we're literally right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just unfortunately, there's more of that now in all around, right? Because
Oh,
of
yeah.
drug addictions and things.
Yeah.
There's more cars, so
It's a
lock
sad
your cars,
commentary.
everybody, the police say.
Mhm.
Oh, they had a close-up of Smokey there. That was nice. There he is. There's Smokey. Say hi to the camera, Smokey. Hey, camera, Smokey, you're on camera there.
Yeah,
Hey, Smokey. So, also, in addition to Smokey, you're here to also talk about the new Chelmsford Dog Park.
Yeah.
So could you tell us all about
What's
it?
going on?
Who had the idea, how long it's been in the making, and about the grand opening?
That concept came to light about 6 years ago through the animal control officer, who was basically trying to stem the tide of all the complaints he was getting from people, you know, running their dogs off leash, not picking up after them, you know, interfering with people that were non-dog owners, you know, trying to ride their bikes, trying to walk, trying to do things. And you know, so he did a little survey, you know, is there interest? There was. We got a group together. We got a lot of support from the town, because fortunately they were going through their open space and recreation inventory at the time, so we're able to, like, all right, if we do this, where can we put it?
Yeah.
And that was a 3-year search all on its own. And then when the DPW moved to Alpha Road,
Yeah.
that opened up their yard, and the rest is history. We were able to get a grant. We were able to get a lot of private funding. We've had a lot
state
of public
grant, was it?
support.
I'm sorry?
No, it's a private grant.
From
Yep,
a private
from a private
individual?
foundation.
Foundation?
Yep.
That's wonderful. But no state monies at all,
No.
as far as you know?
No.
That's amazing. No federal monies or
No.
anything? So we had the one private grant,
Yeah,
and then I know you've been doing so much with your committee.
we've
on
had a
fundraising.
lot
In
of
fact, you have
generous
bricks
public
for
support.
sale.
Yeah, we're doing
Do-
that fundraiser.
And how many do you have in that second thing? I know you need 100 right before
Right,
you put the order
yeah,
in.
we're getting in the mid-20s.
Oh,
Because we
just
just
the
started the
mid-20s?
phase
Oh.
2, yeah.
So
Phase
they
1
need more
was
bricks,
installed.
and the bricks could have your name on it, your pet's name,
Mm-hmm.
in memory of somebody or whatever.
Yep.
And they start at what, $65?
Yeah, you can get a 4x8 for 65.
Yeah.
You can get a 1x3 little mini brick with your 4x8 that you can keep for yourself. That one's like, I believe, 85. Then we have an 8x8 brick that you can get, and that one comes with a 3x3 mini if you'd like it. And
how
those
much is the-
are
oh, about
125.
25, something like
Yeah.
So if people are interested in that, they could contact you.
Yeah, they can go right to the Chelmsford Dog Association website, which is www.Chelmsford Dog Association, all written out because I don't want you to be lazy,
Right.
.org.
ChelmsfordDogAssociation.org.
You go
I'm sure that would
into,
find
you
it
go
all.
into About Us,
Chelmsford
there's a
Dog
drop-down
Association
menu
.org.
for forms,
Yeah.
and it's right there.
Thank
You
God,
can
wonderful,
download
yeah,
it.
because
Yeah, now prior to the dog park opening, which we're hoping to do in the middle of April, we're also doing a dog behavior seminar at the police station later this month on March 23rd or March 25th. We'll have Lisa Burt of Fingers and Paws and Eric Merrill, the animal control officer, giving a speech on things to look for if you're, you know, if you're worried about how your dog is acting at the park. You know, is he comfortable? Does he like it? Is another dog being a bully towards him? Do you need to get out of there? You know, just to
Wonderful.
teach people kind of, you know, what to look for so their dog has the best time and doesn't mind going back there.
Yeah.
Because some
And-
dogs, they've never been there. They,
yeah.
you know, they're not real social or whatever have you. And then
And
this,
what's the date again for that?
it's
seminar?
March 23rd,
at the,
March 25th.
or,
There's two
or not sure
sessions.
yet? Oh,
Mhm.
2 sessions.
Yeah, there's
okay.
2 sessions.
March
So if you
23rd
can't
to
make
25th.
Wednesday, be there Friday.
And where's the Chelmsford Police
Chelmsford
Station?
Police Station
auditorium
Community
there, whatever?
Room. Mhm.
Commu- and,
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Great,
And it's free.
wonderful. And Eric Merrill is your wonderful husband, right?
Mhm.
Who's been on this show
Couple
we
of
had
times.
once, yeah?
Yep.
So he's doing a good job with the
been
take
at it
care of
10
all the
years.
animals. 10 years now.
Yeah, the
How does
last-
he like it, by the way?
So far, so good. You know,
good.
you roll with the punches. You know, he's looking into doing some training and stuff, and you know, he helps out other communities. And the last thing to follow him home was a ferret. So we
No.
have a ferret
Followed
in our
him?
house. Yeah, yeah. We opened the door and there it was. It's like, oh,
Really?
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
So you don't have the ferret now, do you?
Oh yeah, he's in my dining room.
Oh my God! I heard they burrow into couches and things like that, or going back.
Well, if
they
you don't
haven't
pay
done it yet?
attention to them,
Oh,
sure
okay.
they do. I mean,
right now he
he's
hasn't
very
done it yet?
no.
And he's
I-
like a pretty docile, like a cat or something.
He's full of life. He will,
Nice.
you know, keep you on your toes. I mean, when you got him out, you do got to keep an eye on him.
I see, yeah. Other than that, he's in his little cage or
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah,
Nice.
he's got his tubes, he's got his hammocks, he's got his places to hide.
Nice. That's
The
wonderful.
dogs don't
Wow.
bother him.
Wow.
He's fine. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Jeez.
hmm
Now about the Chelmsford Dog Park, when is that going to open?
We're hoping to be able to open it the middle of April, like around April 16th. That's the date I'm
About
gunning
April
for right
16th.
now.
It's a Saturday or Sunday?
It's
Do
a
you know?
Saturday.
Saturday, great.
We're just kind of like keeping our eyes on the weather right now because
Yeah.
I'm still expecting that late spring snowstorm. I don't know why. And when it happens, I'm going to be really angry. But yeah, I don't have control over these things. So.
Yes, yeah.
But we'll get a few work sessions in, try to spruce the place up a little bit. I got to order a bench, a couple of trash cans. We've got a Eagle Scout who's working on making a couple of picnic tables and a kiosk. I've got a shade pavilion that's been ordered. We're waiting for that to come in and be
Wow.
installed. Len Olenchek, his son runs a construction home
Yep,
remodeling
Michael
company.
Olenchek, yeah.
He's gonna probably donate a couple of picnic tables.
Wonderful.
Sponsorships
be-
are still available, up for grabs. We got, a gazebo, more benches, more amenities for the park. That form is on our website as
Great.
well.
At ChelmsfordDogAssociation.org,
Yep.
is it?
Yes.
Org? Great.
Yeah.
Do you have a Facebook page as well, by the way,
We
Chelmsford
got
Dog
two of them.
Association?
There's one under Chelmsford Dog Association
great.
and one under Chelmsford Dog Park.
And maybe somebody, could, if they forget, they could find the link there too
Oh,
for
yeah.
your website.
Mhm.
But they could go to Facebook like many people do, I
Oh,
guess,
sure.
hopefully.
Yep.
Wonderful. So when you have that date, are you also going to have a rain date just in case it's raining that day? Or
Probably not.
probably just going to
Just
shoot
to
for that
get
date?
it get it open because so many people have been so patient and
Yeah.
thank God. And I know it's been a long time, but it was a long road to get here. It didn't happen overnight, and it took a village.
Yes. Now, once it's open, is it going to be open dawn to dusk or what
Yeah,
are the hours?
yeah.
Dawn to dusk. Now, nobody in charge is going to be there, right? Or will
No,
have to be there.
it's
You
on-
could
it's
just go
like
in,
any other public
open the
park in
fence,
town.
like a public park.
Yep.
Now, if there are any droppings, it's mandatory. They have to pick them up, right? Dog
Yes.
droppings.
Yep. There'll
So,
be bag
oh.
dispensers, throughout the place.
And there's going to be some segregated areas, right? Will there be one for large dogs and smaller
Yes.
dogs or something?
Yes.
Nice.
Mhm.
So they'll be able to run around there off leash,
Yes.
basically.
Once you get in, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, and the grass is growing there now. I know we had a problem That's fine,
I
you don't
haven't
know.
been by there
in a while.
in
yeah.
a while, not since the big rainstorm, and like I said, it was a pretty mild winter, so we're hoping everything took and that the trees we
Yes.
planted stay alive and things of that
Oh, I
nature.
hope so. Yeah.
More plantings are anticipated. The rain garden seems to be working good. Those plantings, we'll see how they do as the spring wears on, and you
Wonderful.
bop and weave, go from there.
Yeah. Do you have any fundraisers coming up or anything this summer, this spring?
Not specifically. We got our two dog behavior seminars. May, I don't think we have anything in May yet.
You're going to do something.
Actually,
at
we do have one in May at Flatbread in Bedford. We're
Oh,
going to
okay,
have
yeah.
a dining to donate type thing on a Tuesday. It's on May 10th.
How about the thing you do at Walgreens?
Walgreens,
like it's a
she's-
dog
she's-
show kind of thing.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
you sell
the
hot
annual
dogs
dog
there?
rally. I've talked to the manager twice. She's having a couple of staffing issues and things like that, and she's like, let me get back to you. So we might have to put that one off until the fall, if she can do it at all.
Yeah.
She's willing, but she's got to make sure she's got the backup,
Yeah.
because it puts a strain on their store too, because we take over literally half their parking lot.
Yes.
whole
Oh,
front
I
of
know.
it.
It's amazing
Yeah.
that they
It's a huge event.
allow it and have the room for it. I
they've
hope
been
they help for
awesome.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
they have been.
Yeah.
It's been really wonderful because a lot of space is taken up there.
Mhm.
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, we'll do something similar at the dog park.
That'd be a good place to have something like that,
We'll also
right?
be able to bring back Halloween. We haven't been able to do that for a couple of years.
Yeah, remember the Halloweens?
Yeah, but when was it Shanahan Farm got sold,
And
then
we weren't
kinda
able to go
lost
back
that
there anymore.
space, yeah, 'cause
The
they-
dog park would be great for it,
oh,
right?
absolutely.
That's
yeah. So
fantastic.
that'll be coming back. We one of our volunteers wants to do something for Christmas, and so
And how
there's
does
a lot
it
of
feel
things to
for
do.
you to be at the end of this journey of getting this dog park, being the president of Chelmsford Dog Association, so much involved in over 6 years?
Yeah, it's been a long ride, and we'll see how it goes, and
Yeah.
hopefully I'll be able to groom somebody so I can actually take some time off from the project.
Yes,
and,
yeah.
But we'll see how it goes. Like I
Wonderful.
say, a lot of support, and and you can't ask for much more.
Yeah, you've
You know,
done a
the
great
town's
job.
been great,
I don't
people
know how
have
you
been
do it
great.
though with all that, but you said you like to be active all the time, right? Did you tell me one time? I said, how do you
It's
do it? You
just
have
the
your
way-
job,
yeah.
you have the CDA, you have your husband with all the animals that you take
Mhm.
care of at your home, and
Yep.
I mean, how could you do it? But
It's
you
just
like to be on the
organizing
go, right?
and time management. Yeah,
Yeah.
you do the best you can and you roll with it.
Yeah.
You know, so
And by the way, how do you like that job you do at the Chelmsford, the Board of Selectmen meetings?
yeah,
you
yeah,
like
been doing
it, or-
that for about 7 years now.
7 years,
Yeah,
wow.
because I'll do them, conservation, CPC,
You do
back
3
on
of
Center
them?
Village Master Plan.
You do all
So,
those?
yep.
Oh my God.
Yep, over the years I've done planning board and zoning board. So
Wow.
after a while, you know the people, you know what they're looking for, you learn the jargon,
Yeah.
you make it
So
up as you go along.
Do you write, do you record it on a tape recorder, or do you take notes?
I just
or
take
both?
notes.
Just take notes, yeah?
Some
And
of the
then you type
committees
them up?
will take audio just for their own records,
Yeah, I
but
see. But you do it with notes, and then you type it up later,
Mhm.
and then they become the minutes of the meeting, right?
Yes.
Once they're approved.
Mhm.
That's wonderful. Wow, well, thank you for doing that, Vivian.
Thank you.
That's fantastic. Thanks. So we'll see what else we have going. So Kelly, I assume, are you a volunteer at the Lowell Humane
I
Society?
am, yep.
And so could you tell us about that, and how other people could get involved as a volunteer, or?
I do a lot of the community outreach with Crystal.
Oh,
I
nice.
don't do too much inside the shelter, but
Oh,
they're
yeah.
always looking for help there, cleaning the
Nice.
cages and feeding the pets. And
So if anybody's interested in helping out the Lowell Humane Society, how would they get in touch? Would they go to the Lowell Humane Society website, or?
yep, they can go there and either call or email for more information. And
That's right,
Yeah.
because it's always listed. You could just do a Google search, Lowell Humane Society, and you'll get the address, the phone number, the hours, it's all there. So everything is easy these
Yep.
days, right?
Mhm.
In fact, does anybody use phone books anymore, yellow pages? Because
I don't think so.
they're so outmoded now, right? Google's so great to find out anything. It's just amazing. So you volunteer, will you be at the Steps for Pets?
I will
coming
be,
up at
yep.
May 7th, I think it is?
Yes, 11
At the
to 2.
4-H Fairgrounds, 11 to 2, 11 a.m. to 2. And people could have booths there too, right? $50.
Yep.
They could have a table, which is wonderful.
Or join us and walk.
Right. Oh, how long is the walk, by the way? Not
It's
too
like
far,
a
right?
mile.
Yeah, it's a short walk. We're actually looking at maybe extending it into the trails a little bit more so that people who want to go for a little bit further of a walk can.
Nice.
So as the weather's getting a little bit nicer, we'll be exploring that a little bit to
Wonderful.
offer maybe a longer walk for some people.
Wonderful. Are you looking forward to it, Crystal?
I am. It's one of my favorite events of the year. We really get to see a lot of the adopted dogs that have gone home. People will bring them back out to visit with us, and it's like a little family reunion.
Yeah,
So
everybody's
it's
so
really
friendly
fun.
there. I
Yeah.
find animal people are so friendly, aren't they?
They are.
That's why I love these shows, doing these shows. I always have a great time doing them.
Yeah.
Everybody's so nice and helping out the animals. It's fantastic. I don't know what I do without my 3 cats, 2 from the Lowell Humane Society, 1 from the MSPCA. So, Krista, how long have you been there at the Lowell Humane Society? You're the shelter manager, is it?
Yep. I've been there for about 8 years
8
with
years.
a little break in between. I went to work for another animal shelter and then came back.
Nice. So about 8 years. And how do you like it?
I love it. It's like
Yeah.
my second home. My husband will say that. I'm probably there more than I am at home.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you love the animals, and thank God you're not allergic, right?
I do, yeah.
And
No, I'm
you're
not
not-
allergic to most things.
To
The
most-
last time I came, I brought a guinea pig on, and that was a bad
I remember
situation.
you telling me, yeah.
The ride home was a little hard to
Tough,
breathe,
yeah.
but yeah, no, most animals I'm fine with.
Wonderful. Well, he's so cute. Hopefully he'll get adopted.
Yeah, I think he'll get adopted
And some
quick.
of the other gerbils you have there. And as you mentioned earlier, we have like about 7 dogs there at the moment,
Mhm.
a few adult cats at the but you might get more kittens in the spring. That's sometimes
Yeah,
that happens.
it's slowing down a lot. We've seen our kitten intake decline quite a bit over the last few years because of a lot of spay and neuter
And release-
efforts in the
yeah,
area.
yeah.
So,
That's nice.
and the TNR trap neuter release,
TNR, yeah,
we're seeing a
which-
lot less feral kittens come into the shelters.
Which is wonderful. I
Yeah.
mean, that they aren't just running around. Did you ever see that show? It's like 60 Minutes or Sunday Morning. There's an island off of Japan where it's
Yeah.
loaded with like 1,000 cats, loose cats, you know.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And people go there to like vacation. I mean, to see all these loose cats and to
Yeah.
pet them and see, right?
There's
Isn't that
another one I
amazing?
think near in the same region with rabbits.
Oh,
I've
With
seen.
rabbits, wow.
Yeah.
That must be
Priceless.
interesting. And if I remember correctly, I think in Japan, they might actually have like a cafe or bar with cats in there.
Yeah, cat cafe.
Where you could go in and just, you know, if you love cats but you don't want to own one or whatever, go in and have your tea or coffee and pet cats who are running around. Isn't that
Yeah,
great?
they're becoming popular. I think I just saw one opened in
Okay.
DC.
In DC,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. Well, my theory has always been that cats would go for like $1,000 each if they weren't just so populous, because they are like a perfect pet. You don't have any cats at the moment, Vivian,
No.
right? But
Well, you got the pound cat. That's
Huskies
about
would
it.
enjoy that.
and I love all the animals. So I've had dogs and everything. But cats are easy to care for. For one thing, you have the litter box. You keep them indoors, keeps them very safe, which
Yeah.
I would recommend. And they're beautiful animals. They're easy to care for. They're very affectionate. So I think they would go for a huge amount of money if there just weren't so many. And as Crystal says, there's less of them now. So the price might go up as the supply goes down.
I don't think we're at that
Okay.
point yet.
No, not yet.
We're
No,
pretty
but I mean,
lucky
it might be-
in
wow.
this area, and the Northeast has had some really good spay-neuter efforts, but some other parts of the country are still struggling. So
I
I think
see.
until there's a better
Oh,
situation,
yeah, it might be a
you know,
long time down the road.
nationwide. Yeah.
But did you ever see these cats, speaking of $1,000 cats, like the Bengals and these ones that look like wild cats, and they're part wild, really, as all
Yeah.
cats are go back far enough. What do you think about those, Crystal, these kind of Bengals and the more wild cat? They have like leopard spots
Like
on them?
savannas and
Savannas,
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I think you have to be careful about getting an animal like that and knowing where you're getting it from, because they can be dangerous as well if they're not bred well, if they're not bred correctly.
Yes,
And that
yeah.
I think goes for a lot of different types of animals. So
Yes.
Bengals are great, but they're high energy. It's almost like having a dog. You have to be ready to
Yes.
exercise them, and they're not your typical house cat that's
Yeah.
going to sleep for majority of the day. So
Well, yeah, I know. I've heard that. Because, Karen, who goes to the farmers markets, she has some Bengals, right? Karen, I forgot her last name at the moment, but I read up on them, because there was one that was up for adoption, they thought, and it looked like, almost like a feral cat in your house in a way. Like a little bit of that, a lot of the wildness was still in them.
really,
So it was more of a handful,
yeah.
Well, we're going to have a great time at the Steps for Pets, right? You'll be
Yeah,
there
it's
too,
gonna be
Colin,
great.
you said?
I'll be there.
Yeah. And I'll be there. So Steps for Pets, hopefully we'll see you on May 7th. So Meredith and Melanie, so how do you you've had the rabbits for about 3 years now. How do you like it? Do you plan to have them the rest of your lives and have
Yeah,
bunnies?
rabbits have a life expectancy of 8 years.
8 years. I see.
And, we have lost a couple and we've replaced them.
Yeah.
If we have a little, we decide, well, we're going to keep this one. So,
Yeah,
we
they're
do
so
like
beautiful.
them.
Look at how calm they've been throughout the show.
Yeah.
It's been almost an hour, and they've been sitting there, not making any noise. Look at his little nose going up and down.
Yeah,
So, and
they
you
do
have
make
about 7 or 8?
seven of them.
at the moment.
7 of them.
And how many chickens do you have? That you
We have the 9.
Nine.
The 9.
And all different. Where did you get the chickens, by the way? Did you get them as little chicks?
We got them through
Oh,
Agway.
nice. They're like
as
$3 or
little
$4 a
chicks.
chick or something?
Yeah, I think they were $3.99 a chick.
Oh, I see.
$2.99, $3.99 a chick.
In the beginning, you had to have that heating lamp, right, on them, and so, but they got through it okay without a lot
Yeah,
of
we
deaths?
kept them in the house until they started getting out of their cardboard box, and then we
Yeah.
decided it was time they went outside.
And that's when Steve and you built this nice chicken coop.
Yeah.
So is it hard to take care of the chickens? That is, they have the droppings that fall down, or just, do you have it on hay and you scoop
Yeah.
out the hay every once in a while?
No, we keep them with the pine shavings because that helps to keep the coop drier. It absorbs the moisture out of
nice.
it better, but no, they're really not that hard to take care of.
Really? Oh, nice.
They have a big feeder and a big water.
Oh, what do you do in the winter, by the way? Do you have a heater for the water?
Yeah, we have
Nice.
a heated water container that we actually got through Agway.
So-
They are spoiled.
Yeah, so if there's snow, is this coop right next to the house, or do you have to shovel out a pathway?
No, we shovel the chickens and the rabbits actually abut each other. And we shovel a pathway to them so that we can go out to them every day.
Nice, nice.
So, because they have to get their treats.
Yeah. Oh, do you let the chickens out to roam every once in a while in the spring or summer?
Every day the chickens come out.
Really?
Every day when I get home from work,
That's
about
wonderful.
12:30, I let the chickens out for the afternoon.
So they're pretty docile, and they don't run away once you let them out. And then do you call them and they come in and say, oh, That's amazing.
All I have
huh?
to do is walk out the door, and they usually see me and follow me wherever I'm going. So
And do they get attached to you like cats and dogs or whatever?
yeah, yeah.
Or
I mean, I
rabbit.
do have some of them will come over and stand in front of me and kind of stance and wait for me to reach down and pat them.
And you have no roosters, right?
No, we had one rooster, and we did bring him to.
Oh, the person in Westford?
Yes.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yes.
And so, do your rabbits know you? Do you think? That is, do they run to you or whatever? Like
Well, yeah. If
you don't have them in the house all that much, though, right?
Yeah,
Or do you?
they'll still come over to the edge of the cage because they know their names when you call their names. And the one that is in the house every night when I come home, because I work days and nights. When I come
Oh.
home, she comes right over the edge. She has a good section. She's not in a cage in the house. We've got her in a fairly good size area, and she comes
Nice.
over waiting for a treat every night.
Really? Oh, do you have are there bunny treats of some
Yeah, or they can eat romaine
Like
lettuce. They can
carrots,
eat
of course,
carrots.
right?
Carrots
I remember
actually
Bugs
aren't
Bunny.
that good for them.
sort? They're not, huh?
No, they're a very starchy vegetable for them.
Oh, wow.
So they're better off to have like the romaine lettuce, spinach,
Nice.
broccoli
wow.
leaves, you know.
Wonderful. Jeez.
So-
Did you hear that, Chico?
Carrots are good for dogs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I
nice.
love 'em.
And humans too, right? I think.
We do feed our rabbits carrots, and the dogs all line up like, yeah,
Mhm.
get.
So
We
thank
give them
you.
the carrots
Thanks.
on occasion, but
Yeah.
it's more of a special treat.
So Vivian, how about your dogs and animals? You must buy so much feed and everything, right, for all these animals and hay and I don't know shavings.
Well,
And,
the hay's gone down. We need to buy more shavings. It's almost time to clean the chicken coop for the spring.
Oh, I
But
see.
yeah, I mean, you keep up with it as you go. You know,
yeah.
it is what it is. We took them in. We'll do what's right by them.
Are the
They-
chickens going to be in there? You know where the geese was, right? By the
Yep.
bike paths. I used to look into them. So are they going to be in there in the spring, or you don't know?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah,
Oh,
right
I
now,
see.
I mean, with the amount of predators we got roaming around, we'll probably just leave them inside for now until the dead of summer, and then maybe let them out for a little month or two.
Yeah,
We'll
nice.
put them back
nice.
in.
Nice. I was almost going to get a chicken coop, by the way, but then I did a lot of research and everything because Costco had this cage, but it was like on wheels and things. But then I thought, I have cats. I'm a little bit lazy about things, and it really was a little bit of work. You know what I mean? Maybe more because I'm on Facebook a lot with the Chelmsford News Group, the Chelmsford Arts Group, and I don't know. I'm just kind of busy with a lot of things. It seems stock market, whatever. How I lose my money, but no, I'm only kidding. But I hopefully make money there. But anyway, yeah, it's been a great show. So, Vivian, do you want to remind everybody the dates of those seminars at the police station? March 23rd and 25th?
And March 25th.
7
Yep, Wednesday
p.m.
and Friday, 7 p.m. at the police station, and
So
it's
people,
free.
free, and so people basically, if they have dogs, right, and want to talk about what it's going to be like at the new Chelmsford Dog Park.
Things to look for. Yep.
Yeah, and the Chelmsford Dog Park is going to open in mid-April, right?
We're,
Like-
we're hoping for April 16th. Yep.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Crystal, we mentioned the event Steps for Pets coming up on May 7th. No other events that are lined up at the moment for,
We're going to have a Dining to Donate night at Owen and Ollie's in Dracut on April 5th.
oh, nice.
So
Where-
that's a nice night out.
Oh, nice. In Drake, and I've never been to that
Yeah.
restaurant.
Oh yeah, you
Is
should
it
definitely
good?
come out. It's actually right next to the Dracut public access station. So
Really? Oh,
yeah,
nice,
it's
nice.
it's a really great restaurant, really great
Okay.
food.
Oh, thank you. Well, you know what's really great? You 5 panelists, you're all amazing. It's been such a pleasure talking to you all. And Meredith, the first time in the show, how was that? Was it okay? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Madison. And there's Melanie. I know. Meredith is one of our camera people. I saw Madison because of always the show Splash. I'll remember your name for that. But thank you for being on the show and for everybody bringing your pets. And we have 2 adoptable pets over here on my left. We have a nice cat who's about 11 years old at the Lowell Humane Society, and a beautiful little long-haired gerbil right here named Fabio.
Hamster.
Hamster named Fabio. And so thank you all for being here. And if you have any comments on the show, please send me an email at tchristiano@comcast.net. Also, please join the Chelmsford News Group on Facebook if you haven't joined yet. It's all about Chelmsford and our surrounding towns. So thanks a lot for watching the show, and please adopt the animals if you haven't already. Living with an animal is one of the greatest things you could do. Thanks for watching. Ciao.